It's no Van Gogh, but the painting skills from this robot are drawing the attention of the city employees in Goodyear.
It never crossed any of our minds that this would be something that was feasible, let alone something we would implement on a weekly basis.
Dane Moreno with the city's park department showed us their newest addition to the team, a robot from the company Turf Tank. Using GPS coordinates, the city is able to program this robot to paint the lines for any sporting field like soccer, football, baseball, and it can do it on pretty much anywhere there's a big empty field. It doesn't stop there, it can even write letters, say to match the teams playing, for example.
Steve, we can put your name out there, your birth date, your sign, we can put whatever you want on turf at this point.
When the pandemic hit, it took a toll on the parks department. Still understaffed, they turned to this technology to fill in the gaps.
We're averaging about 15 hours of man hours saved every week.
If you're wondering if a child, an animal, or even yourself ends up in the pathway of this robot, well, I'm going to be putting myself on the line to see what happens. So it has this sensor within this rubber lining, and anything that comes in contact with it kills the program, prevents it from going forward, which ends up saving me from buying a new pair of shoes.
It's also fast. During our interview with Moreno, it started and nearly finished painting a smaller soccer field in the background, all in about 10 minutes.
This is something that it would paint every Friday, every Thursday.
Larger fields can take about half an hour, a job which typically would take 2 to 3 people in about 3 to 4 hours. And in many cases, the robot can do a more accurate job.
Robot accuracy is within 1/8 of an inch. For us to achieve that, we get close, but we're not perfect.
So the city is still testing the robot out, and so right now they have one person who is out monitoring it while it's painting the fields, but once they feel a little bit more confident, they plan to have someone mow the field while the robot paints, so it's a little more efficient.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to say, how many bodies does it take to watch the robot to make sure the robot's doing a good job?
Yeah, they just have one person who watches it. Now, it isn't perfect. It's kind of like cell phones. If there's a bad signal, say if it's really windy or storming, it won't work properly.
There might be a glitch.
It's not perfect.
Interesting, but it seems to be working very well from what they've seen so far.
What really surprised me was when it stopped, when it hit me in the leg, and we moved it, it started right back up where it was.
Oh, okay.
So very interesting how it does that. Even if it wasn't in the same spot, it looped all the way back and got right back on that line.
Drones will do that too, and they need an operator to run. So it's kind of interesting technology that someone came up with that idea.
Yeah, very interesting.
Thank you, Stephen.